Everyone, welcome along to this positioning flight here. We're going to be going, as the title says, from here in Zurich for um, BVI, obviously, across to Lisbon. I ended up changing my across the pond slot. Just decided that Lisbon would be a nicer departure in the end. I'm sure Casablanca would have been great, but um, We we fly out of Lisbon quite a lot as blind pilots and then into Lisbon, so I think the controllers probably know us quite well. And so I just decided that flying to Lisbon would, or flying from Lisbon might be slightly more seamless in terms of repositioning, and also it's just uh, it's just more of a classic cross the pond airport as well. Um, Casablanca to Sao Paulo is a bit of one of those random routes that kind of um, yeah, you don't really expect to get. But kind of wanted to go to Sao Paulo. I think going down the Southern Oceans is going to be kind of nice, but thought we would, in the end go out of a bit more of a classic airport, and was able to grab a slot from Lisbon instead. So pretty much same route, but just from a little further up in Lisbon. So we're going to take this 777 down to Lisbon from Zurich. Yeah, I got your message, Marshall. That chat seems to be working and everything. Let me know if audio and title is all good. So yeah, we're going to do that. I can't promise I'm going to be streaming across the pond, to be honest. I mean, maybe you guys would like me to stream the departure and the arrival, but it's a 10-hour flight. I'm not going to stream all that, to be honest with you. I kind of just want to chill. So, but I thought I would stream this, just something different as we do this positioning flight. We're going to use same tensions. It's already 20 to 9 here in the UK, so I don't think there's going to be any ATC on I mean, there might be in Zurich, but certainly not by the time we arrive in Lisbon. So we're going to go from for St. Engines. So I've got the chat up on there. Let me. Yes, I know about that, Marshall. Yeah, the desktop audio. Um, it's something to do with my OBS that it makes it slightly quieter than what I hear because I don't have a desktop audio per se. I have like individual sources for like the sim and NVDA and Spotify and all this stuff, so I can mostly have things on tick so you guys don't hear them. So you don't hear Spotify, you don't hear NVDA unless I want it to go through. But if for some reason it reduces the volume a little bit, so I have to turn things up a bit more. But yeah, I mean it does the job, and it most importantly means I can have music on that I can hear, and the screen reader going, and you guys don't have to hear it, which most of the time you don't need to. Anyway. Got an air time of about 2 hours, 20 minutes. Log fuel is 60,126. So let's go here. We'll just go 60,100. Let's just do 50. A little bit. And zero fuel weight is 446.9 out. That in. Go over here. We are at Zurich. We're kind of cheating. We're at a cargo ramp and we're a passenger aircraft, but just where the sim put me, so who cares? We'll align our IRSs and then we will go over here to our route page. Origin is Zurich. And our arrival is Lisbon. We'll go and request, do this, select, we'll just wait for our uplink, the route uplink. And route uplink is loaded, so we'll load. And we'll activate. And with that, I'd say we can go and get our clearance. Found updates for same intentions. You can shove your updates up your arse if you think I'm doing an update now. Right, let me just put it on ATIS and then we can see if same intentions is coming through the stream.
Well, 2-8. Advise on initial contact. You have information Romeo.
There we go. So we're on information Romeo. Let's see. These are coming through the stream.
Zulu. Wind 355
might have to
visibility 6.
Re-add that as a source. I'm not sure.
View at 6500 feet.
Sometimes it remembers.
Scattered at 7500 feet.
Correctly. Sometimes it doesn't.
Dew point 8. QNH 1018. Density altitude 800 feet. Transition level 75. Arriving runways 3428.
Yeah, okay, that is coming through for you guys, so that's fine.
Advise on initial contact.
Yeah, shut up. Right, what are we expecting here? So we're expecting to depart off of, well, according to this, runway 32. You never know with Zurich, especially with same tensions. It's going to give us I mean, same tensions has recently locked the runways because of this AI traffic, where you can now only use the runways they're using on the ATIS, which is fine. But sometimes they don't use the same runways as the real world, which is really annoying. Especially in the US, where the ATIS is literally, I mean, I know it's maybe difficult since it's AI to read, but like the ATIS is, in the digital ATIS are published in the US, so it particularly irritates me in the US. I kind of, get it in Europe. You've got to use some logic to figure it out because usually the ATIS isn't published. Anyway, Vebix is whoever departing via. Delivery Vision 2 Whiskey Heavy with Romeo, IFR to Lisbon, please. Oh, dude, yeah. Here's my fucking streams way too loud. Yeah, horrible. Clicked on and clicked off. Horrible. Just screaming down the mic, and he's turned it way up. Crazy. Well, you better get working on it then, because I'm waiting. Waiting.
Vision 2 Delta Whiskey Zurich Airport clearance. Information Romeo is current. Clear to Lisbon via the Vebi 4 November departure, then as filed. Departure runway 32, initial climb to 5,000. Departure on 125.33, squawk 5311.
2 Whiskey, we're cleared to Lisbon, Babix 4 November, then as filed, runway 32, initially 5,000, departure 1253, squawk 5311.
Vision 2 Delta Whiskey, read back correct. Ground is on 121.905. Safe flight, sir.
121.905, Vision 2 Delta. Okay, well, nice. I couldn't care less what runway they're departing off real life, then we'll just do this. Same tensions gave us what we filed, so works for me. Right. 32. That's Vebix. Vebix 4 November. No transition. Then, in it page, we are going to be, I think, 330 on the cruise. With a cost index of 128. Kind of random, but okay. Works fine. FinRes plus alternate is 16.1. Right. First Officer Dickhead's back in the aircraft, so he's gonna carry on with his flows. Nice. Let's go get some performance over here. Performance and tools. Disable, increase climb. I don't know if 3.2 is even that long. So we need, oh no, it's fine. Okay, flaps 5, D rate, takeoff 2, with a selected temp 52. So that will go, climb 1 will go, as it said, temperature 52. Flaps 5, speed 152, 153, 161. The evac test. 152, 153, 161. Yeah. Gives us a CG 29%. And a trim of 4.75. Right, and we will go and load our wind uplink, and then we are yeah, we'll go and load that. So execute, go here, forecast, load the forecast winds. Very good, very nice. And then we'll go here, doors, close all. Also need to start the tracker. Yep. Arm all the doors. Quick look at this departure. I'm pretty sure we've flown it a billion times, but yeah. So 250 knots. We have to be 3,500 above here at Zulu Hotel 582. Gregor, we have to be 5,000 or above. We definitely will be. Blah blah blah. 6,000 or above at Zulu Hotel. 554. Again, we will be. 70, flight level 70 or above at 558. Yeah, all of those restrictions will be way above, no problem. Right. Go over to ground. What are we at? Well, we're at gate Charlie 3, which is apparently a cargo ramp, as I say. Stupid MSFS and its scrolling bug. I just chose the first one that was available, so this is where we are, and we're not pushing back, so it doesn't really matter. So we'll just request startup here. Ground Vision 2 Whiskey Heavy at Charlie 5-3, requesting engine startup, negative pushback.
Vision 2 Delta Whiskey, engine start approved, negative pushback acknowledged, base northwest.
Cool. Right, let's just start our AP and stuff. Yeah, start approved, Vision 2 Delta. Screw yourself. I love that. Startup approved, negative pushback acknowledged, base northwest. Right. Yeah, okay. Anyway, we're just starting our APU. I saw, so with regard to the PMDG 200ER, I was really hoping it would be out by this weekend so that we could use it on Cross the Pond. Unfortunately, PMDG, being the slow coaches they are, have now pushed it back until, I think they said between the what was it, like 20 something of April and the 1st of May, so pretty much it's going to be out like middle of next week or something. So we're going to have to use the triple 300ER, which is fine, but I did see they put a Facebook post out about how, it was coming, and the first comment was somebody said, yeah, you lost my business the moment you used the 737 APU sound for the triple. And I can't lie, they are correct. That I'm pretty sure it's not an APU sound of a triple. It sounds exactly like a 7.3. I think they just took it from the 7.3. I'm not sure where they got that sound from, but it doesn't sound right on the outside at all. So if I'm going to be nitpicky, yeah. This is kind of it for PMDG in my book with sounds. They got to get these sounds in the 200ER right. They can't be worse. They really got to improve on them. Like, they are so far behind every other major league developer on sounds. It's not even funny. Phoenix, fly-by-wire, indie builds, you name any big airliner developer in Microsoft, the PMDG sounds, especially on the triple. I mean, the 7.3, maybe they're passable, although Boris totally reinvented the wheel, but I think that they're slightly better on the 7.3 by default, especially like the 739er, but the 777 from PMDG, especially as a blind pilot who obviously, really is into sounds, like, terrible. Fucking terrible. Not, I've said it before, they were better in P3D. They were genuinely better in P3D. I would rather have the P3D sound set in Microsoft. I flew the P3D 200LR, I think it was, or something the other day, because we don't have that in Microsoft. So I flew the 200LR, I think, in P3D on a quick flight. And, genuinely, it sounds better than this crap. So, The startup is not where I have an issue, so we're going to start up now anyway, and I'll go to cabin view. The startup isn't, it could be better, but it's not bad, to be honest with you, especially from back in the cabin. It's the spool up and the grind. I mean, these are meant to be G90s, and they just sound very, very, very synthetic. But yeah, the startup ain't terrible, to be honest. I can accept that. Alright, so we've got two good engines. Pretty much, and so we can also go flaps 5 degrees. But yes, that was a shame about this 200ER. I was really hoping this would be the first outing in the 200ER one across the pond. Would have been cool, but should have known. PMDG, you know, it ain't gonna happen. PMDG, they're decent quality, but you know, they take the time. They do. Right. Ground Vision 2 Delta Whiskey Heavy, we are fully ready. We'll need to reposition to runway 32 as we are a blind sim pilot and able to taxi. So request direct reposition runway 32, please.
Vision 2 Delta Whiskey, taxi to runway 32 via Mike Echo, cross runway 10, then Bravo Kilo Hotel 3.
Mike Echo cross 10, Bravo Kilo Hotel 3, Vision 2. Cool. Right, that wasn't what I asked for, but the
Vision 2 Delta Whiskey, taxi to runway 32 via Mike Echo, cross runway 10, Bravo Kilo Hotel 3.
Shut up. I don't know why I got louder then. He's getting angry. Anyway, so if you get that with same tensions, you can just reposition. Nothing's gonna happen. It's AI. See, sometimes it actually understands and approves you. Sometimes it will just give you taxi instructions. So no problem. I'm just going to skip over there, and then it should just send us over the tower when it realizes we're there, or we'll just jump across ourselves. You know, either way, it's not a problem. Yeah, there you go. 1181 Vision 2 Delta Whiskey. Alright. Let's just set our trim as well. We'll go for about 3 units of trim. As I've said before, the triple is really sensitive. Probably just, you know, need to adjust our controls a bit, but so I don't tend to need to set quite the amount of trim that the FMC is telling me, but your mileage will probably vary based on whatever controls you're using. It really depends. Okay, Lights on. We want our altitude at 5,000, 330, 5,000. Tower Vision, shoot out a whiskey, ready for departure at runway 32.
Vision 2 Delta Whiskey Heavy, Zurich Airport Tower, runway 32, winds calm, cleared for takeoff.
I say intentions got so loud all of a sudden. I think it's this Windows audio glitch I'm having. Anyway, let's turn it down. Sorry if it blasts your ears out. It's pretty loud for me too, but nothing I can do. Cleared for takeoff 32, Vision 2 Delta Whiskey. Right, I reckon we're pretty much set to GTFO, so let's do just that. See, the sounds here aren't terrible, but there's just no real grind that you would expect from the G90s, and the spool up is really synthetic. 100 knots. Going up on 120.
V1.
Rotate. There we go, nice and gentle. That's quite nice actually. Doesn't shoot up like a maniac. Gear up. And then it's quite nice, and then I just let go of the stick and it just pretty much stays right where it's at. The triple's really nice like that. You don't have to fight it normally. If you just leave it where you want it to be, it almost flies like an Airbus. I mean, obviously it's not, but there's a certain level of fly-by-wire kind of logic. 12533, Vision 2 Delta Whiskey. Like, another thing with the sounds currently is every takeoff sounds the same. Even if you have a D-rate, I don't know, you don't really notice the pitch change. It all, like, did you notice there with climb power? You can't even tell. Okay, and we just about made that 3,500 altitude restriction, so FMC was lying about enable next altitude. That's normally the case. We're fine. Zurich departures, Vision 2 Delta Whiskey, climbing 5,000, Vevix 4 November.
Vision 2 Delta Whiskey Heavy, Zurich departure identified. Clear direct B777.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're already inbound 577. I don't know why say intentions does that. Right, we're just level at 5,000 now. So, are you gonna? It'd be nice if they could give us further climb. Vision 2 Delta Whiskey requesting climb, please. I know it's Zurich, but there's no other traffic around, so can we just climb, like? Or we're just doing the scenic tour. Vision 2 Delta Whiskey, request further climb. Oi, dickhead! What are we doing? Okay, no problem. Then we'll just set ourselves up to 330 and we'll go on our own. I cannot be bothered with saying intentions if it wants to be an idiot. Like, not respond, then we'll just climb. Works for me. Alright. Oh, you caught up. Nice. Climb flight level 230, Vision 2 Delta Whiskey. Maybe they had a quick server outage or something, I don't know. wasn't responding, but that's okay. Over to standard there on the altimeters. And away we go for Lisbon. Bit of a turbulent departure. I'm getting a bit of turbulence through real turb. I don't think you guys can hear it because I probably, knowing the way my OBS is set up, I probably would have to set up real turb as a separate source. But getting some turbulence through that. But yeah, I think cross the pond's going to be nice. I think, you know, this is the first time I've done one going through down through the Canarias and Dakar, and then it'll be through Atlantico control and this kind of stuff. So it'll be kind of nice. It's always normally been just these bog standard cross the North Atlantic, obviously. So I think it'll be something different, you know, like. Oh, you got it as well? Oh, okay. I'm surprised. Maybe yeah, I don't know whether that's how it's doing that, to be honest, but. So this is a flight level 70 restriction or above coming up, and we are at 120. So, as I said, well clear. I'm flight level 290, vision 2 down. But yes, at least we'll be in a reliable aircraft for CTP. I mean, obviously the question has been asked whether the 200ER will work with First Officer and work with TFM. You know, I mean, obviously I can't give any guarantees, but PMDG will always use pretty much the same infrastructure for their product line. It's how they always do it. And, you know, I mean, why shouldn't they? The cockpits and everything are pretty much identical, like on the 7.3 variants to the same with the triples. Like there'll be some slight variations, especially with the different engine variants. I think the Rolls-Royce probably uses EPR for their thrust ratings, but you know, like the STK and all of the cockpit environment should all be the same. So I see no reason why it won't work. Straight out of the box, no issues. But there's always the chance there'll be some glitches, so, you know, at least we're flying something we know works 100%. But it is unfortunate that we don't get the upgraded sounds. I did notice, though, a couple of streamers, of course, you know, the great and the good of flight sim, supposedly. Apparently, if you're a bigwig streamer, then, you know, there you go. I've gotten it. So Captain Canada, who I actually don't mind Captain Canada, he's pretty chill guy. I quite like his streams. Has got it, and he's going to be flying American in the Rolls-Royce engines tomorrow for his cross the pond. Also going from Lisbon down to Orlando. So if you do want to see and hear. Let me just respond to this idiot. Climb 330, vision 2 dollars. If you do want to hear a preview before it gets released of at least the Rolls Royces, he will be streaming that, I believe, tomorrow, because the NDA to stream it is being lifted tomorrow. So yeah, I think his slot is obviously going to be quite a lot later than mine, because he's in Canada. So 24/7, $2. Our phraseology gets so lazy with saying tensions. Let me switch over to this Zurich info bullshit. Doesn't exist in real life. station. Zurich info Vision 2 Delta Whiskey firing 330. I don't know where St. Intentions gets all these info from. I think it's in Namagraph, as I said before, but I don't believe there's any Zurich info station. Probably a naming convention issue. But yeah, so his slot will be after mine, obviously quite a bit after. So yeah, maybe Sat and Cruise, I'll tune into his stream and have a listen, and hopefully have a nice preview of the 200ER. So that should be good. But yeah, it's quite relaxing in the cabin. I mean, here the sounds aren't bad at all here in the cabin, but I mean, you know, it could be improved. The flight deck, especially at cruise, is obviously just the window of the airframe. You don't really hear the engines. That I don't mind so much. I think it could be a bit more dynamic and a bit more sort of immersive. I know I've heard people say that, like, you know, the wind sound is too loud. I mean, you're going to get a lot of wind over the airframe. That's what you get in the cockpit. It's more the engines that bother me, but you know, it is nicer to sit in the cabin during these long flights. The flight deck is a bit, yeah, you've got a lot of air rushing over, so yeah, there is that, but just hope they've managed to improve. Which the 200ER wasn't bad in P3D actually. I mean, I still have it. You know, it has the 3 engine variants in P3D, and they're not too bad either. So, you know, but apparently this is an all new soundscape based off of recordings they've obtained over the past year. So that will be nice. I was almost tempted, to be honest, to do this CTP in P3D and take the 7.4 or something. I did seriously consider that, because, you know, I was really banking on the 200ER being out, because they had initially set the release window between, I think it was the 16th and the 29th of April. Over to Geneva 119.0175. Yeah, and obviously CTP being on the 26th, I thought, well, you know, that's a pretty big release window. You would hope it might be out before then. That'd be really cool. So I was kind of set on the fact that if it came out, I was going to do it in that, but no. Yeah, no, Marshall. You know, PMDG. This 777 was probably engineered by their 2 chief sound engineers. I won't say any names, but yeah, you probably know who they are. They both got great track records, you know, the sound engineers. Yeah, from the BVI community. Yeah, definitely. It's probably where the new sounds have come from as well. The BVI sound engineers have been out there recording some bullshit, so. Right, we're now at 320. What was I saying though? Yeah, so I was kind of banking on that, but so then I kind of thought, well, you know, do I really want to take the 777 or wait for the 200 to come out before kind of jumping back in it? But I thought, you know, we'll take the 300. It's the first time that we've had the released TFM for CCP as well, and so I thought, you know, it would be a shame not to use it. And MSFS for me recently has been very stable. You know, I got to give it that. Last CTP was a big annoyance because it was somewhere to Vienna. I can't remember. and we were using the TFM preview, obviously not live on that, but using the TFM preview, and the PMDG WASM crashed on us on final, so we couldn't manipulate the FMC or anything. So got all the way to Vienna and then WASM crash. But I haven't had that since, and obviously have gone through reinstalls and things since. And at the moment, the sim is very stable, no real issues, and so I thought in the end, okay, we'll just take the 300. At least we can sit in cabin view, which will be nice. So, yeah.
Vision 2 Delta Whiskey, contact Alps Radar Geneva on 119.175.
Yeah, you were using the very old TFM for that cross-bar Marshall. Yeah, pretty painful. Right, I didn't hear what frequency he just said, but we'll switch to it. That was 19.7. Vision 2 Delta Whiskey, flight level 330. Ah, very nice, Rodrigo, from Dublin. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that our routes got published on the dashboard a little bit earlier. So I went ahead and created our flight plan, or my flight plan. It's in brief to just save as an OFP, just to see how the airtime would be and where we would be going through. Yeah, looks pretty nice through Canarias and Dakar and Atlantico and into Brazil. So yeah, I'm excited. It should be quite nice. I can't say it's kind of what I envisage as the normal cross the pond, but you know, I feel like I've done a lot of cross the ponds just across the North Atlantic, as I was saying earlier. So I was kind of excited to do something different,
Vision 2
even
Delta
though it
Whiskey,
wasn't what
come
I'd
in for
expected.
control on 126.705.
126705, Vision 2 down. Over to Marseille Control. Where's Rob? He would love it. Marseille Control, Vision 2 Delta Whiskey, flight level 330.
Vision 2 Delta Whiskey, Marseille Control, identified.
We even get a customized French accent. How exciting. Surprised the controllers aren't on strike even in Insane Tensions. Yeah, it should be fun. It's not an area of the world that I get much ATC in normally or fly in normally. I mean Canarias for sure, but not then kind of going down to Brazil. So yeah, yeah. I saw you were streaming the other day on your Facebook, Rodrigo, but I couldn't. I need to find your channel. I thought I was subscribed to it, but I couldn't. For some reason, I couldn't find it, and it didn't come up in my subscriptions, which was strange. Yeah, sounds good, Rodrigo. Yeah, I'll make sure I'm subscribed. I didn't know you were using Twitch as well, so that's cool. I know we have a couple of people who watch through Twitch. I was considering getting rid of Twitch just because most of what we get through Twitch is just bots. But I know there are a few people that watch through Twitch, and it's also nice because you occasionally get some people stumble across your stream in the Microsoft Flight Sim category as well. I probably need to change my Twitch to 2024. I think it's currently just under Microsoft Flight Simulator, and I think most streamers now, regardless of whether they're streaming 2020 or 2024, kind of coalesce around the 2024 category. So I probably need to change it to make sure it's seen. But I mean, yeah, it's probably going to be buried at the low end of categories anyway, as Twitch streams are. If you're have like 2, 3, 4 views, whatever. So YouTube is the main thing, but yeah, I probably need to change category. But anyway, yeah. I was actually watching a stream the other day just while going about some things in the morning, and I heard your name because you got gifted a sub. I forget what the guy's name is. I think he's a German. Well, I think he might be German, but he streams in English. He was some guy that I follow. I follow loads of Flight Sim people, and I'll just put them on occasionally when doing stuff. And yeah, I heard like him saying, "Oh, Flying Blind PT got gifted a sub." I was like, "What?" But yeah, no, I watch Twitch Flight Sim streamers quite a bit, just as background sometimes, or a couple on YouTube, like Captain Canada and those kind of guys. But yeah, I was saying earlier, what do we go that Captain Canada has been sent the 777-200. Very jealous. Yeah, we're not big enough for that. But he is taking it for his cross the pond tomorrow. Apparently the American Airlines Rolls-Royce version. So really looking forward, hopefully, because I think his slot's quite later than mine, obviously, with him being in Canada. To maybe increase turning that on for the takeoff to hear the sounds on the Rolls Royces, given all that PMDG have said about their new soundscape. It was very, as I was also saying earlier before you arrived, unfortunate that the PMDG 200ER didn't come up, or didn't get released before Cross the Pond. I was kind of banking on maybe flying the 200ER, but hey, we'll stick with what we've got. Oh, the guy's name is Matchy Swiss. Ah, okay, that explains it. Yeah, he gave me the vibe of being like German or Austrian or Swiss. I don't know. Swiss. That makes sense. Yeah, because he also controls. I think he has certifications in a couple of areas. I've had him a few times on VATSIM, and he also sometimes streams controlling as well as flying. So yeah. No, it was just really funny because he's obviously not a big streamer, and he was one of the only guys who was live on like Tuesday or Wednesday morning or something. So I was just tuned in whilst I was getting ready and stuff. And then I just heard Flying Blind PT, and I was like, ah, what's going on? But yeah, it's kind of weird how many channels I have subscriptions to on Twitch just through the gifted. I'm pretty sure I have like a gifted sub right now to like London Controller, Kenko, like a bunch of Twitch guys, and um, I just lurk in their streams a lot of the time, but I'm always getting gifted gifted subs. I do, I like watching a lot of the streams. It's the only thing with some of the bigger streamers is just the constant like hype trains and the London Controller being a big one. Like he is a really nice guy. I've actually messaged him a few times on Discord, and he's messaged me. I think he has a family member who's got a visual impairment and stuff, and so and he's controlled us a few times. He's a really nice guy, but his streams, like some of his streams, they just get on this hype train, and it's just constant blasting of music and like screaming, and he's so fucking loud. So sometimes it's fun, but sometimes it's like, oh my god. Yeah, who's surprised that PMDG pushed the 200 ER back to next week? I just thought with it being between the 16th and the 29th of April, initially is what they said. I thought, well, like the 29th is I think Tuesday, so I was like, well, there's a pretty big chance that it'll be out across the pond before the end of this week. But no, now it's up to the 1st of May. So, boo, yeah, PMDG, they're just slow. But yeah, really hoping for a big sound improvement, especially in the flight deck and stuff. I mean, it can't get much worse. I was saying earlier as well that sometimes I genuinely think the P3D ones sound better, in some ways anyway. Especially the engine kind of spool and the grind and stuff. So hopefully they've really improved it, and then they're going to bring it to the freighter and the 300, and things will be a lot better, because the especially when the main aircraft we fly right now is the 737 and the triple, like going from the Boris to the 777, it's like, it's actually the second time. Wow, that's pretty funny. Yeah, there's probably some channels where we've got like a gifted or a sub streak or something, like a badge or whatever as well, and we've never actually subbed. I did used to do it with my because I had Twitch Prime linked up, so I did used to kind of send my Twitch Prime to different people every month, but I just haven't done it in a while. But But yeah, I don't mind Captain Canada streams either. It's his kind of vibe is quite nice. Like I said, London Controller Jamie's also a really good guy, but some of his streams are a bit, fucking just hype. But Captain Canada, like, for being a big streamer, they're normally pretty chill as well. It's just kind of flying and chatting, so it's also a nice one to have on in the background. But yeah, I can't say like London Controller is one you want to maybe have on when you're working or something sometimes. Yeah. No, his streams are so like, yeah, his sub music and all his alerts are like, crazy clubbing music, and he's always screaming down the mic. I think just the way he talks naturally. I don't know. He's always so so much shit going on over there.
2 Delta Whiskey. Contact Marseille Control on 128.325.
128.325, Vision 2. Okay. Switch over to another Marseille. Marseille Control, Vision 2 Whiskey, flight level 330. Let's see, do we have any step climbs in our plan?
Marseille Control identified. Bonsoir.
Nice what they've done with the French accents and say intentions, pretty cool. I don't think they did that much with the Swiss. We didn't really have any particular Swiss voices, but I know they're slowly getting around all of the major sectors and adding more and more voices. Also looking forward to the traffic update. Be pretty nice to have some more. I mean, I know we already have the Skynet feature, but it'd be nice to get some AI real world aircraft and watch the controller sequences in with them. Yeah, well, I was just going to check if we had any. Oh, interesting. So SimBrief wants us at 330, then a step to 37, then it's 39. Let's just see what the aircraft wants to do. So it recommends 381 as our optimum. 387 is our maximum. So we could probably request 370 actually. Vision 2 Whiskey request climb flight level 370. So what do we go? Have you read your briefing material? That's the important question. Have you studied your briefing material in great depth to make sure that we know everything? The airport briefings are pretty nice, to be fair.
Flight level 370.
Climb 370, Vision 2. The airport briefings are pretty nice. I kind of wish they had put a shared folder with all of them in. Because sometimes when you're googling for information, they pop up as past airport briefings from CTP. It's always nice to kind of collect them because they're pretty detailed and give us blind pilots actually a lot of good info that we don't that we might not know otherwise from the charts. So pretty cool stuff. Nothing, nothing we don't really already know in the case of Lisbon, really, I guess, because it's one of those airports that we do fly out of and into quite a bit.
Vision 2 Delta Whiskey. Contact Bordeaux Control on 125.79.
Right, so 370, there we go. And we are over to Bordeaux. 12579 Vision 2. Bordeaux Vision 2 Delta Whiskey climbing flight level 370.
Vision 2 Delta Whiskey, Bordeaux Control identified. Good evening.
Oh, it's an hour 370 anyway. No need to sit at 330 if we can get up here. I think our entry level across the pond has worked out pretty well. I think I put like 340 for our max oceanic, and that's what we've got. And that's also what SimBrief is calculated for. Is it's always really difficult when they ask for that because you have to put it in when you make the booking. It's like I have no idea. I don't even know what route we're going to be on. Like, and I've got to tell you what you want or what I think our max level should be. But yeah, as long as you don't aim too crazily high, then you're usually pretty safe. Trying to think who else we've got doing CTP. Obviously, Marshall, you're doing CTP from Dublin to Detroit, right? Saw a few Dublin slots actually. I saw Dublin to Phoenix became available at one point. I'd considered changing that, but like I said, in the end, I thought, we don't fly, or normally on cross the pond don't fly down to South America, so I thought I'd keep this idea in the end. And Rob is doing, I think Rob's on. He's flying from Berlin to Vancouver. I think that's probably it. Don't know of anyone else who's got a slot, but yeah, there will be at least, obviously Rodrigo too, so at least 4 visions. Oh, and Gus is flying it as well. I forgot. I forget which slot Gus said he got. Check that. But yeah, so five visions. We'll be doing cross the pond. I mean, we've all got different routes. It's just kind of the way it goes. It's usually pretty difficult. Dublin to Detroit Marshall. Yeah, nice. What did Gus get? Oh, he got Dublin to Phoenix. That was it. Yeah, it's a long one. Yeah, Marshall. Yeah, Gus got. It's crazy how late some of the slots are going this year. So Gus said here he got Dublin to Phoenix at 14:28 Zulu. Like Jesus, that's a long flight starting at 14:20. I mean, good. I mean, I'm glad they're separating it out a bit more for the Americans as well. Like at least they can take part and they haven't got to get up at like the crack of dawn. You know, it's still pretty early, but not as bad. But yeah, it's got to be one of the later slots that you can get, especially going all the way down to Phoenix. But yeah, so we're all doing different routes for Vision. But yeah, just the way it is, unfortunately, with the slot lottery, unless you all get slots, like mine was something rubbish. It was like Friday of the week of the slot lottery week at like the evening time, so it was not a good time at all. So that's why we ended up with Casablanca to Sao Paulo. So yeah, very very difficult for us all to get unless you've all got a slot lottery time in the first few days the same route. But yeah, so five of the Vision crew on across the pond tomorrow. So if you are on VAT radar or on any other VATs in map service, you'll probably be able to see us all heading in different directions. But yeah, don't know of anyone else. I don't think who's got a cross the pond slot, but always something good to try. It's kind of something if you're into flight sim and you've started to get to know your stuff. Kind of a rite of passage, I guess, to go and try across the pond at some point. It's a bit of a mammoth flight with usually full ATC, with a big airtime. So let me check actually on my OFP that I made for tomorrow. Saved flights. Is this the one? Yeah. So departing 12:17 Zulu if all goes to plan, with getting out of Lisbon, arriving 22:06 Zulu, with an airtime of 9 hours 21 minutes. So definitely one of the longer across the pond routes this year. I'm not sure what the longest ones are. I imagine going out to Phoenix and that kind of area is pretty long. Maybe some of the Moscow departures pretty long as well. Don't know, but yeah, 9 hours 21 minutes should be full ATC. Obviously, some of it you can just log on with CPDLC, and it's just oceanic control, so there won't be too much to do. But it's always a fun one. Yeah, starting off by the looks of this at 330, 340 for our oceanic. And then if all goes to plan, ending all the way up at 380 if we can get up there with the clearances. So yeah, should be a fun one as long as everything on the sim holds up. Jump back over to our active OFP here for the flights. Let's have a look what we're doing for our arrival. Planning runway 02. We can actually go over here to WhatsApp and go to say intentions and request ATIS for LPPT. Set this flight line thing up with WhatsApp the other day, so we can get the ATIS ahead of time. Information Romeo. Yeah, so they are departing runway 02 on same intentions as well, and departing and arriving, I should say, 02. So we will be arriving on the IMBOM 1 Alpha So ILS 02, inbound 1 Alpha. Do we want it via PESAX? I don't think we want that transition. I'm going to just do it without. Let me check. I think that's that bullshit thing with a hold. Yeah, so we don't need the PESAX transition. We just go from PESAX onto the ILS. Looks good. We got 426 miles to descent. Yeah.
Delta Whiskey, contact Bordeaux Control on 133.78.
13378, Vision 2 Delta. Bordeaux Vision 2 Delta Whiskey, flight level 370.
Vision 2 Delta Whiskey, Bordeaux Control, identified. Good evening.
And what we could do is go and log on with CPDLC through Rob's new Sim CPDLC. Probably won't, because Stay Intentions' implementation of CPDLC is not the best. Yeah, if you haven't downloaded that yet, would obviously recommend. It's definitely better than easy CPDLC in terms of accessibility, and CPDLC, especially in Europe, is a big thing on VATSIM, especially for these kind of events like Cross the Pond. It's obviously you know, a lot of people trying to get IFR and stuff, so it's definitely recommended to use data link clearances, and yeah, very useful. How much longer to go? About
Vision
uh,
Delta Whiskey.
got
Bordeaux
about an
Control,
hour.
contact Madrid Control on 126.43.
12643 Vision 2. Madrid Vision $2 whiskey.
Vision 2 Delta Whiskey. Madrid
Jesus.
Control identified. Arrasalde on.
Yeah, whatever you said. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. Sounds like one of their custom voices, so maybe something fucked up. Ah, got your other account. Go to channel. Oh, I am subscribed. Okay. I don't know why it didn't show up in my subscription feed. I'll set it to all. Some personalized notifications. I'll set it to all. That's weird. Anyway, yeah, I am subscribed on at least on my Blind Flight Simmer account. Yeah, I mean I know it's in Portuguese anyway, so you know most of it, but yeah, that's weird, and it maybe just got buried in my subscription feed. But yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, personalized, you know, doesn't always tell you. So, yeah, I thought I was subscribed because I obviously had it from previous, but I wasn't sure if it was on a different account. But no, I am subscribed. Oh, that's interesting. So I will change my. So I'm sure you won't mind me saying now it's confirmed. But exciting! Cross the Pond are doing a stream tomorrow, where they're featuring various controllers and pilots. Pilots doing different parts of their flight and some controlling. And Rob is going to be on the Cross the Pond stream. The marketing team from Cross the Pond. I knew about him as a blind pilot, I think, from previous discussions that he'd had with them on their Discord about back when slot trading was not. It used to be you couldn't provide a CID, and so you'd have to kind of take your chances with slot trading. I think he had some discussions with them in the past when he was trying to trade some slots, saying how taking a bit longer with the screen reader and how they might want to change their system. And so they obviously remembered that, so they contacted him to do that. So yeah, pretty cool. He's going to be on the CTP stream doing his arrival into Vancouver. So if you see that one, then tune into that one tomorrow as well. But he was also saying that they helped him set up some of his some stuff for better visibility, and one of the things was TFM's font, which is apparently on 12, which is quite small. So Rob is doing Berlin to Vancouver. So I think the way they're going to do it is have the guy that he was talking to from the marketing team. Rob's going to share his screen on Discord, and then the guy is going to set up a view on the stream with the chat, Rob's screen share, and Euroscope so that you can see Rob's flight path as well, and hear the ATC, and then the guide can also, relay any questions from the chat to Rob. Anyway, yeah, one of the things he was saying was that TFM's font is very small for sighted viewers on 12, and that he was advised to increase it to 24. So I'll go and do that actually, just, why not? Font size, mine's on there. Okay, let's move it up to 24. There we go. Just in case we get any sighted viewers, and the FMC will show up in a more readable font apparently. So interesting. 12 is very small in general, so that makes sense. So yeah, like I was saying earlier, 5 Vision pilots doing across the pond. Me and Rodrigo going down to South America. You got Marshall doing Dublin to Detroit. Gus doing Dublin to Phoenix, I think, and then, as I said, Rob doing Berlin to Vancouver. So quite a different selection of routes. Probably all of us in a 777, but that's good for us. It means that we're all using the latest and greatest TFM. But yeah, so a couple of streams for us to keep an eye on tomorrow with Captain Canada demoing the new 200. Want to tune into that one as well, and then we got this. I don't know where the Cross the Pond stream is going to be, to be honest with you. But I would assume they'll tag people on the Discord with a link, and I assume it's going to be on Twitch. So be an interesting one with all sorts of people apparently streaming on there with their Cross the Pond, like some streaming departures, some controlling, and then obviously some doing arrivals. Okay, I'm just trying something with my sources on OBS. I've just tried to select it to an MSFS window capture only, and I'm just going to see on my phone if I take a screenshot of this and just send it to email. I just want to see how that works. Because it's kind of nice if I can just change it like that. Oh, yeah, okay. It says that shows a dark or a sky with scattered stars. So I think it's
Region 2 Delta Whiskey, Madrid Control, expect the inbound 1 Alpha arrival. Prepare to descend in roughly 20 minutes.
inbound 1 Alpha descent in 20 minutes. Judo. So maybe I think it is capturing just my sim window.
Region 2 Delta Whiskey, inbound 1 Alpha arrival. Descent in 20 minutes confirmed.
Just means that if I stream and I need to go and log into stuff or use my or do some work here during the cruise, then I can just flip it to just show you the sim window. Because the part of the issue with doing like long flights and streaming them like CCP is if I've got display capture on, I can't really do some work or whatever at the same time without you guys seeing it. I mean, it's not really a big deal, but kind of want you to just see the sim, obviously, or TFM. Oh yeah, there you go. See, that just shows you the sim, yeah. Cool, okay. That's working, I think. So we might stream CTP, we might stream it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling and if I get time to set it up. If I'm in a bit of a rush, then well, I won't. But it is a later slot time. It's like it's not too bad. It's like 12:17 Zulu, so it's not like I've got to literally get up and boot up the sim and go. And I can also not have it so that TT and stuff comes through. Like I can set it up so it does or doesn't. So we'll see. Maybe I will stream it, and then you can just chill and watch the cruise, even if I'm not here. Like I may not be here for the whole 10 hours, chatting along. You may just hear the plane and bat sim, but because now I've locked it to the Microsoft window. Yeah, no, exactly, Marshall. Yeah, because Derby's on tomorrow, right? We're playing a key match at 3, so I'm going to be watching that. So I don't want to be. I obviously don't want to be streaming me watching the match through over the sim. So yeah, but anyway, so I think I've locked it to the sim now, so you can just see the cockpit, um, which means I can tab out of it and open web browsers and open um, any other shit, and it's not going to bring that up for you guys. Because before I had it on just purely a display capture. Anyway, amongst all that, we got cleared for this inbound 1 Alpha arrival 1-02, which is what we already have planned, so good. Yeah, okay, well, we'll see. Keep an eye out for that, guys, anyway. Why not? Why not stream it, you know? This is the advantage of having it set up in OBS, because not only do I have the display thing set up now, I have, as I say, the audio. This is why I have everything going through as a different audio source, from the screen reader to the sim to Spotify, so I can just turn them each of them off and on. So I'll just leave it with the sim and vPilot coming through, and that won't be an issue.
Vision 2 Delta Whiskey, contact Lisbon info on 131.325.
Ah, yes, that well-known station, Lisbon Info. A 131325 Vision 2 Delta. Lisbon, Vision 2 Delta Whiskey, flight level 370.
Vision 2 Delta Whiskey Heavy, Lisbon info, go ahead.
Yeah, Vision 2 Delta Whiskey, just checking in at flight level 370. Go ahead. Go ahead with what?
Vision 2 Delta Whiskey Heavy, Lisbon control, roger.
Although we have 5 people watching. Who are these 5 people? Wing view. I wonder which is the best wing view. Who knows? Don't know and I don't care really, but that new thing that got released over the past few days. What was it called? Was it Viewpoint? Yeah, Viewpoint add-on for screen readers. Oh really? Huh. Maybe we'll hear each other. I think I do have nearby traffic turned on. What do we go? Yeah. I don't have like full global on, but I do have proximity turned on. Yeah, there's a Viewpoint that got released for OCR and PDF and UI exploration. Interesting. For these good old, for one, inaccessible bullshit PDFs, scanned in PDFs. Yuck. Oh, you're descending now? Okay. Yeah, we are 17 from descent. They haven't given us a descent yet. I'm going to have to ask them in a minute. You got to be, are you on the same arrival? Are you on the INBOM on Alpha? Yeah, no, I haven't downloaded the Viewpoint yet. What do we go? No. But, yeah, I mean, I did read some people kind of were pushing the limits on the UI exploration, and they were saying like obviously there's much more to come that could be useful, like manipulating sliders and things like that. It's currently just like you can tap through and click on things, but still quite useful. I need to probably chat with you at some point anyway because we made some experiments, mainly Gus, but he also showed us a few things with the fly-by-wire. Okay, on the Xanax arrival. Yeah, we did a few experiments with the fly-by-wire with golden cursor profiles for the electronic flight bag, and then using the web browser's base CDU. It's by no means perfect, but it is with First Officer. I mean, you can kind of do things with it. I won't. I don't want to say too much because you can guarantee someone will comment and say, "Oh, how do you do it?" And I'm not going to be making any kind of videos with it because it's you know it's far from perfect, and we need to it's not even something you could really fly with like say intentions or anything, but it's just fun to experiment with, and means there's a lot of hope for the future. Even if I think even if fly-by-wire don't offer the flight bag, there's definitely, put it this way, things we can do to get around the flight bag problems. Whether with things like golden cursor or even like this new viewpoint add-on to tab around the elements to just do what we need to do in the flight bag. Vision 2 Delta Whiskey request to begin descent.
Vision 2 Delta Whiskey request to begin acknowledged.
Idiot. Vision 2 Delta Whiskey, we are ready for descent. Request to begin answer. You request descent and it goes, oh yeah, we copy your request, but we're not going to give you anything. Okay, cleared inbound 1 Alpha arrival, and what altitude would you like us to descend to? This thing is on crack, dude. You gotta give us some reasonable instruction here, same intentions. Oh, now you're not gonna respond to me. You're doing really well. Yeah. I'm gonna just. You know what? Vision 2 Delta Whiskey requests to descend 4,000 feet. Let's just. I think that's the platform altitude. Let's just request that answer.
Vision 2 Delta Whiskey Heavy, descend and maintain 4,000 feet.
4,000, 2 Delta Whiskey. Thanks for giving me the QNH, very professional. Okay, no problem, we'll descend 4,000. While that's happening, let me go over to SimBrief here. Go to Performance. Populate. Yeah, runway 02. So flaps 30, auto brakes 1, V app 142. So we'll go over here, FMC, and we're going to be flaps 30/142. But yeah, very very excited with some of these add-ons like Viewpoint and AI, Gemini, and based add-ons. You know, are going to allow us to do more, even with inaccessible UIs. I mean, it's not only like they're going to be allowing us to fully access new aircraft anytime soon, but they can certainly help us, I think, in maybe like navigating the things that we need to get around. Like I said, with the fly-by-wire, obviously it's no secret that all of the things are there, or something like. Oh, there's Rodrigo. I guess Vision 509er. That's cool. We got to hear you on say intentions. Yeah, like it's no secret that the fly-by-wire is allows us to access a lot of the things
Lisbon on 119, 0.555 vision, 509.
There's Rodrigo. I guess we finally caught up with each other. Like the CDU through Simbridge, but the main thing that was missing was the EFB, and obviously we hope that in the future that's something they can add into Simbridge. But you know, if they don't, as I say, it's not the end of the world. Like, I think there are ways around it, and that's really great, because it means we're hopefully still able to do stuff with those types of aircraft. But for the future anyway. So run our descent checks. Water brakes 1. Yeah. It's a 280 here on the star. There is a restriction. Inbound to this Papa Tango 820 waypoint. Yeah, exactly, Rodrigo. Yeah, I mean, always good to promote blind pilots in any new ways, and yeah, you know, can only be a good thing. But yeah, I mean, in terms of things like fly-by-wire, I'm pretty confident that something can be done with or without their help. Yeah, Rodrigo, yeah. Well, all I'm saying is, you didn't hear it from me, but we may or may not have been able to do some flights in the fly-by-wire. If you've noticed any A320neos flying on FS Airlines, they ain't in P3D. And that's nothing to do with TFM, but yeah. So, it's not impossible. And as far as I'm concerned, you know, so many people in the community want an Airbus. I see no reason why it's not a project that the TFM can go full steam into at some point, you know. But all we can really say for now is we have to do the 737, and then yeah, we'll do some community consultation and figure out, because I know there's a lot of cool projects, you know. There's general aviation kind of projects, and I know there's some people who really want to get into that too. So there's definitely, you know, some cool things that TFM can look into after the 737. But we shall see. 119 of 555, Vision 2. Lisbon approach Vision 2 Delta Whiskey out of flight level 200, descending 4000, inbound 1 Alpha.
Vision 2 Delta Whiskey Heavy Lisbon, good evening.
Oh, your headset's performing well, Marshall. That's good. Yeah, your new headset. Let's see, where are we? Yeah, looking good. Quite a long arrival. Just pretty nice arrival though. It takes us right in. I don't think we're going to require vectors. They do have some weird turns here, actually. You've seen those flights, oh no. Yeah. No, we'll have to show you what we were playing around with. It was very kind of you know, very experimental and like nowhere near like 100% success rates. So like, you know, definitely not kind of something I'm going to be like streaming or making videos or really kind of publicizing because it's so janky. But we were able to do some stuff with the golden cursor and the web MCDUs, mainly, as I said, mainly thanks to a couple of people who were looking into it. So we'll have to kind of let you know what we were doing with it, because I'm sure it's something you'd like to mess around with, but very you know, experimental for the moment anyway, but very encouraging for the future, I would say. If we're able to do some flights without TFM, then you know. Yeah, it's one of these point merge arrivals. Yeah, I didn't put the PESX transition in, so I think we haven't got the PESX hold. I was just going to say they have some slightly weird turns because they go a big right turn, not a big right turn, but a right turn to PESX and then a bit of a left turn back around to the next waypoint. But no, we shouldn't need vectors. It should be all fine on LNAV, to be honest. So yeah, it's good. What was it? Streamers flying the A350. I know, yeah.
Heavy contact Lisbon approach on 125.13.
Seeing all these A350s is definitely something probably out of our reach at the moment, and that's, you know, but yeah, it's nice. 12513 Vision 2 levels. I don't even know if that's what he said. Yes, it was. Approach Vision 2 Delta Whiskey, descending 4000.
Vision 2 Delta Whiskey Heavy. Expect the ILS runway 2 approach into Lisbon.
Yeah, I'd expect the ILS-02 Vision 2 Delta. That's what we were planning anyway, so no problem. This is the one thing that is nice about the triple in MSFS though over the P3D1 is the VNAV, and of course the LNAV that they've improved, but the VNAV is very, very solid. It really does a good job of meeting restrictions. The P3D1 was could be a bit all over the place, to be honest. Which I know the 777 has a slightly older VNAV anyway, but yeah, this MSFS version is much better regardless. It's a very, yeah, you can see on this arrival we're descending at like minus 1,000 feet a minute, so it's definitely, you know, one of these. It is one of these point merge arrivals. Normally they probably would have given us an express offer this shit and over to a more direct intercept, but we'll just follow the arrival. That's not a problem. Maybe St. Tensions will give us a direct in.
Lisbon approach, good evening, Vision 509.
Vision 509, Lisbon approach. Expect the ILS runway 2 approach into Lisbon.
Expecting the ILS approach into runway 02 into Lisbon, Vision 509.
Vision 509er, speed 180 knots.
Speed 180 knots, Vision 509.
Vision 509er, turn left heading 125 vectors for the ILS runway 2 approach.
Right, heading 125, Vision 509.
Vision 509er, descend flight level 040.
Descend to 4,000 feet, Vision 509.
Huh. Now what St. Engines is doing for Rodrigo there. It's giving him vectors and also descend flight level 040. Well, transition level is 50 here. I think transition altitude is 4,000, but transition level is 5,000 for arrival, so well, that's all around that, I think. Meanwhile, ours is giving us nothing at all, so we're just continuing to follow this. Apparently we have to be at 210 knots at here, Zurich, which is a bit annoying because we're still like 60 miles to go unless we get a direct, but
Vision 509er, turn right heading 245.
Right, heading 245, Vision 509.
ah, okay. Oh, that's pretty good then that it picked that up. Oh, we just sit here at flight level 80. Oh, yuck. Okay, maybe we will have to take a shortcut to Ah, we can take this shortcut, and there we go. That lines up pretty well. Go to Nevod, and then we can cut out most of this arrival for us. Yeah, it sounds like it's doing a.
Delta Whiskey Heavy, proceed direct PESX, cleared for the
Oh,
ILS
there we
runway
go.
2 approach. Speed below 180 knots until established.
Direct PSX, cleared ILS-02, speed 180, vision 2 levels. Okay, we're going to ignore that speed. We're still like 25 miles out with anything over 180. It's pretty dumb. But we are, well, it wanted us to go direct to PSX. We're going to Nevod, which is the waypoint before. We'll just stick with that. It's pretty much the same course anyway, but yeah. I'll take over the speed and we'll just stick at 210 for now. We could probably go direct past 6 actually, just there we go, just for ease. So yeah, pretty decent shortcut. Puts us 21 miles out. So.
Vision 509er, 9 miles from PSX. Turn right heading 325, descend flight level 040 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 2 approach.
Well, there you go. Sounds like it might have actually lined you up.
Turn right heading 325, descend until 4,000 feet, until established on the localizer, clear ILS, runway 02, vision 50.
Oh, great timing. We're literally establishing and landing at the same time. Totally, totally unplanned as well. That's pretty funny. Right now, 17 miles out, we'll slow down to 180. Just coming through 50, so should go over to standard and standard local. Flaps 5.
Vision 2 Delta Whiskey, contact Lisbon Tower on 118.105.
118.105, vision 2 Delta. Okay, we're just a little bit high on glide. We established localizer.
Vision 509er, contact Lisbon Tower on 118.105.
Tower Vision 2 Delta Whiskey ILS 02.
Vision 2 Delta Whiskey Heavy, cleared for the ILS runway 2 approach. Maintain 4,000 until established.
Okay. Okay, there we go. Finally established glide. Flaps 20, 25, and 30. Tower Vision 2 Delta Whiskey, 3 miles, 02.
Vision 2 Delta Whiskey, contact Lisbon Tower on 118.105.
Oh, did we not switch?
Vision 2 Delta.
It's my bad, I thought we'd switched. Tower Hello Vision 2 Delta Whiskey ILS, runway 02.
Vision 2 Delta Whiskey Heavy, Lisbon Tower. Roger, continue ILS approach runway 2. 1,000. Vision 2 Delta Whiskey Heavy, Lisbon Tower. Wind 340 at 11. Runway 2 clear to land.
Runway 2 clear to land, Vision 2 Delta Whiskey Heavy. Yeah, I don't know why my audio keeps doing that, but hey. Yeah, nice work from the triple, just straightening out now. You can see the auto throttle's having a bit of trouble. I know that they have worked on that in the 200 update, where they've perfected the auto throttle a bit, because it does a lot of this kind of... It doesn't do the best at anticipating fluctuations, and then it does a lot of this throttle fluctuating as a result, to try and stay on speed. But it's not too bad, I guess.
100.
Vision 509, I'm going around.
Oh,
50.
Bob's on the go. I mean, Rodrigo's on the go around.
20. 10.
It's usually Rob.
Vision 509, landing
Joking.
cancelled. Execute mid approach procedure. Contact departure on 125.13. Vision 2 Delta Whiskey. Welcome to Lisbon. Contact ground on 121.755. Vision 509er, turn
121.755, Vision 2 Delta. Alright,
Vision 509er, wind 340 at 11. Runway 2, clear to land.
let's hop over to TFM. Gates. I did install the scenery actually. Probably update my TFM database, but just find a gate here. I mean, Go over to this stand 142. It'll do. I mean, it's a medium gate, but anyway. Nice. Right, let's end our flight on the tracker. Yeah. We don't really care about going over the ground or switch the frequency. Right. Waiting for APU to spool. Not bad. Let me just then go over here and I'll book my flight for tomorrow. I know you guys can't see it on the window, but so tomorrow's flight we're going to SBGR Sao Paulo. Didn't you nab all the packages before Rodrigo beats us to it? It's probably not that many. And we're also not a freighter. Okay, we took a few. So they're loaded on, and yeah, we're, oh, shut up. Our aircraft is down on the ground in Lisbon on FS Airlines in preparation for tomorrow. So yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow, maybe. Like I said, no guarantees that I will stream it, but if everything's going to plan, maybe I'll stream it, and then you guys can just watch along, even if we just lock it to the sim window and just leave it running for the cruise. Yeah. So yeah, thanks for coming along. Hopefully you make it down, Rodrigo. I saw you went around. I was just in the middle of landing, but I saw you went around. So I guess you're coming back around to land at Lisbon. But yes, we'll see you in the next stream if tomorrow, or even if not tomorrow, then whenever. So yeah, have a good rest of the Friday. And if you are doing CCP, then